Yo, what's good, collectors? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we are doing an update on the account that we have been trading in. We are just crossing around the 31-day mark. And previously, I ended up making the video about the month that I have been trading in this account. And I gave my thoughts on it and, just how I'm feeling about the account and everything like that. But during that time, we also did catch a win. So this video is coming after that video. This was meant to be before it. I just haven't been able to record it. I haven't had time to record it. We're going to go ahead and go into the winning trade that I had a couple days before the video that we did take before the end of the trading month. So this was something that I believe I made 12% on. And then we have other trades as well that have not hit take profit, but are, considered still wins because they either hit break even or we hit stop profit. So let's hop straight into that. Okay, for the trade that we took this on June 10th, 2025, around 11:24 p.m. And we took a buy on GU and we got in about 134,823 with a stop, with a threshold of 134,923. And that was just for my students. For anyone who is in the VIP, I give them just about a 10 pip threshold to get in. So then, it's not like I missed the movement type of thing. But if you are without this area, like let's say you get in at 1.35023, I would ask that you proceed with caution because, the entry area was from this area to this area. So that's why I asked them to turn on post notifications so they can, see whenever I do send out trades in real time. You want to have those notifications on. Well, this is like the only channel that I tell them to have notifications on. I don't care about any of the other channels that you do see over here. So we had a stop loss about 134,670. We got our take profits 135,589. You can also see the other ones right here. Not too important because those are like my runner take profits. And initially we have this set up here. So you can see I peeped. We had a bottom right there, coming off of another bottom that happened earlier in the week. So right now we are in a market range. And then I pulled up the 15-minute time frame. So I like to do a side-by-side comparison. It's just, just to show the individuals that are in the VIP that, this is what I'm seeing. So if you see something different, you don't have to take the trade. But if you see the exact same that I'm seeing, then you should take the trade. And stop loss got hit for just about 15 pips. Now, the reason behind why I decided to re-enter was because I made an error with my stop loss. If you notice over here, I have my stop loss below the close and open low right here, on this particular candle, which we can zoom in just a little bit more. Instead of it being below down here, because I wanted to kind of be, you could say, a little cheap. I was trying to risk a little bit more on the account without raising the lot size and still risking the same amount that I normally risk, which was just around 2.5% on these positions. And ended up making a small error, which I rectified that with this here. We re-entered, same entry, same stop loss, because it came just around the exact same point again. Take profit 1.36166 because it was skewed. As you can see, it's 1.35589. My stop loss was a little bit higher because the entry was larger. And then you can see where we entered in. Very similar spaces. You can just see that it went down just a little bit further and took out those lows, and we closed higher on that night. So I re-entered in the same area, and I gave them the call based on this formation over here. We did go for take profit. We had our SL in profit just a couple hours later. Well, not a couple hours, but it's about 13 hours later, 13, 14 hours later. It's kind of my rule that I do. And then we have the take profit one was hit at 7:48, 2 days later. Well, not 2 days later, a whole day later. So, just a cool, like 5 candlesticks in total, 5 to 6 candlesticks on the 4-hour time frame, which is the time frame that I trade on. And then we have the movement here. Now, looking at these, this is the continuation orders. As you can see, there's no stop losses present. That is because we hit take profit 1, which was just around this area in the beginning of the the bear run that ended up happening. We got out around here. I secured the 5-to-1 RR that was somewhere in this area, and I let it run. Like, I left the runner for higher profits. Now this other entry over here, this is for the order that happened after that. We took just about like the next day. So if you see that, you know, looking at that, it's a little confusing, but that's what ended up happening. So this was our winning trade that we took. And then our next trade after that, which was 615, we took another buy on GU. Very similar spaces, you know, 1.35486 to 1.35586. Stop loss 1.35285. TP 1.36535. Now, we did not hit take profit on that. The market did hit a huge reversal. I believe this was around the time that Israel bombed Iran. So the market shook. I believe it was around this time. It was either this time, or let me just check, because I remember sending a message. So yeah, here we go. So 6/12 was the day that they did the attack, and we had trades running. So I ended up hitting my TP before he bombed Israel or Iran, whatever, you know, the whole war thing going on, right? We know the countries involved. Before the bombings, I hit take profit a couple hours, like earlier in the day, right? Now, this trade was just looking at the market uncertainty and seeing just the patterns that are happening in the market. There was no true like market reaction to any of the bombings that did happen during that week. So the market was closed over the weekend. I came back, I saw entry, took an entry, and it was at no risk. So as you can see, for our time frame, we entered in off of these lows. We looked to see if it was going to take out this level of support here. Of course, I could have put my stop loss a lot further, but I was looking for something in this area to let me know that we could have a break of structure, and we maintained that structure for the time being. You can see I believe this is the 15-minute time frame, entered in off of there. And then I guess I did not update on this trade, which I thought I did, but I guess I forgot. You can see we adjusted stop loss by 5 pips to allow breathing, but ultimately a day later, just around 20 hours plus, we ended up hitting our stop profit for just about 25 pips. So not a complete win. We got a partial win. Me having my stop profit set there is because it was at a 2-to-1. So whenever my trades go to 2-to-1, I secure 1-to-1. And that's just the thing that I do. Whenever it goes 1-to-1, I secure break even to make it a risk-free trade. So then, you know, I can just continue to move on with the process instead of being stuck on one trade, being married to that trade. From the person that I learned from, they taught me to not be married to my trades, to just move on. You feel me? Like you make a position, you just keep it pushing. So that's what I do. You know, I keep that close to heart, and you know, that's just the end of it. Now, we also took a trade on 6/17/2025. So a couple days later, we're the second day into the trading week, and we took it similar area. As you can see, it's been ranging in the 1.34s to 1.35s for the time being. Stop loss was 1.34093, and then our take profit was 1.35608. And this one I have updated on. So we have this right here. This is the entry we got in off of these lows that were created, and this was off of the daily time frame. But I'm only showing the 4-hour time frame. I saw something higher on the daily, but also was showing on the 4-hour time frame. So we have confluence. And my idea was to buy it to the trend line. You can see the entries. You can see the support being created over here. So we have bulls in this area. Not too many bears after this strong sell-off. And then just about, so we called the trade at 10 p.m. on 617 by 618, 1124, which is just about 12 hours, which is normally my rule before I even touch the order. We had an SL at break even for 1.34360. And then just about the market close time, our break even was hit for not a loss and not a win. And this is what ultimately it looks like. So you can see we had a strong push up, and if you wanted to secure this profit, you could have, but I like to hold my trades. It's just something that I do. And it went for just about a 2-to-1. Well, actually, it went for a 1-to-1, not a 2-to-1 yet. And it came back down, hit the break even point, taking out those lows. You'll see we entered in at similarly the exact same area. 1.35 was the original entry. We got in at 1.34370. So just about 2 pips off, which is, spread. Similar stop loss, 1.34159. Similar take profits, 1.35572. And the other ones are just runner TPs. And we entered in 2 days later. So this was 2 days prior. Well, not prior, but after, at around noon. And this was on Thursday. I tightened the TPs just because we were in a downtrend. So we tightened them to 1.35345. And then you can see here, after it took out those lows, it created a new low. And this is off the daily time frame, this low here. And then we created a higher low just around the 1.3422 area, 1.343 area. And from there, we pushed, I don't know how high we got, but we got at least to a 2-to-1 RR. Well, we hit this area right here, like where this trend line would continue. And from there is pushed down through this low, I'm pretty sure. So just about 12 hours, so 12:48 to 11:03 p.m. the next day, or no, same day, SL was at break even. So profits, protected. There's no more risk on the account. And then it's around 6:20, like the next day in the morning, I put my stop loss in profit for 134,608, and that's securing 2.5% because I risked 2.5%, meaning that this was 25 pips in profit that we got hit. So, of course, we managed to grab a 2-to-1. It went the distance, and really I was looking for a break of structure before I exited, because I could have moved my stops higher, but there was really no reason to, because if I would have moved my stops higher to around this low and it broke, like it tapped that low or attempted to break that low, it wouldn't have been invalid, meaning that would have been an invalid stop loss. So I decided to keep it, and we put our stops at 34608. And you can see it came through, broke through that level of support that was here, and we have a strong bullish signal here, strong bullish signals here. I'm kind of anticipating the market rebounding off of this area and attempting to touch this trend line that is now extended to just around the 1.348 areas. Moving into the next week, I do not trade. I don't trade the last week of the month. That's just something that I do. It's something that I've picked up from my years of trial and error. And I just prefer not to trade the last week of the month. But there has been a lot of news that has been coming out within the past, I want to say 24 hours of me making this video. The US has decided to join in on the bombing of Iran. So I'm very intrigued as to how the market is going to react to that news. I've already seen crypto. Crypto is falling out of the sky. I know that I know that oil prices are going to rise because of the looming threats. Gold prices may shoot up. My concern is whether or not the US dollar is going to be worthless, because before, when Israel striked Iran, a lot of safe haven investors ran to the United States dollar because it's a safer asset to hold as opposed to other currencies. Now that the US has involved himself in this war, prior, we have not involved ourselves in any wars. It could potentially mean that the dollar loses its value and that shoot GU up off of that low that we were just looking at. So that's really what I'm paying attention to for the next week. I won't be taking any trades. I'm not going to miss out on anything. I'll just catch the market pull back and then move off of that. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy this content, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. And if you need a trading community for you, we do have a free trading community known as Currency Collectors. The link is in the description. And if you believe that this video can help any of your friends or anybody in one of your trading communities, make sure you do share this to them. And I will catch you in the next update. Peace.